Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see what I got for you right now. If you like those German cars that were super popular back in the 60s, and they had in different shapes and forms, and at the end of the day, they all had their little cute moment and they all looked cute to buy because they were attractive. But let's give it a proper presentation. What I have for you right now, it's a 143 scale 1969 Volkswagen 1600 TL. Now, what do I mean about a car that we've seen them in different shapes and forms? Because if you're familiar with this car was made as a fastback, which is the one that we're looking at right now. But they also had it as a station wagon. And if you lived in, which I think they call it a squareback, the station wagon, the squareback. But if you lived in Europe, you also had the sedan or fastback sedan, I think it was called, but it was like one with a little trunk in it, or it looked like a trunk. Maybe it was not a trunk, but you know what I'm trying to say. So there was different variations of it, and I thought that was such a cute car. All of these the three different ones, I wish all three versions were sold here. You know what? As I'm reading, also the Carmen Ghia Type 32, Type 34 was also considered part of this group of Volkswagens. I didn't even know that. See, you always learn something new. Always learn something new. Now they were rear engine, rear wheel drive. They only came as a 1.5 or 1.6 four-cylinder engine. And then transmissions, you had a 4-speed manual or a 3-speed semi automatic. So you have the best of both worlds. No complaints there. And I like that. Let's see what we got here. Some information for this car. It says the type Volkswagen Type 3. It was a car marketed by Volkswagen between 1961 till 1973. It says first it was marketed as a Volkswagen 1500 and then marketed as a Volkswagen 1600. It says here the two-door notchback, fastback also, and the station wagon body styles. But the station wagon in the United States were called squareback. Okay, I see these cars were built. Let's see. It was built in Germany, also in Brazil, in Australia, and in South Africa. Really cool. I like that. This car's always been an attractive car to me. I always liked seeing them. I think they were simple but cute. It's a typical. When I always like to say the small cars that were simple, but they had, it won many people's hearts. These are the type of cars that fall into that category. Not only in America, in other parts of the world. Sadly, you don't see them no more because back then they were not going to be considered a classic. Nowadays they are a classic, but people didn't really look for it. Let's see, let me drive a Volkswagen 1600 and hold it until 2025, and there will be a classic in that era. Nowadays we see them as classic. Back then they didn't really see these cars as a classic. These were more as a use it, abuse it, and throwaway type of cars. That's the way they were seen, at least here in the United States. All right, everyone, I'm going to let this good looking car go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. I wanted to read this to you guys real quick so you understand more what I was trying to say before about which were sold here in North America and which were not. It says Volkswagen of America began marketing the Type 3 squarebacks and fastbacks for the 1966 model year, but they never imported the notchback or the Type 34 Carmenghia. Now, the Type 3 was competing in the market with the Chevrolet Corvair that had been previously introduced in the United States in 1960. And you know, the Corvair, it was a little bit bigger of a car. It also had a six-cylinder rear mounted air cooled engine. Okay. It says here, also in the United States, these cars competed with the Renault 8, which was also offered with a rear engine and a rear wheel drive sedan. And another thing that's very curious to share with you guys, a unique feature of all four Type 3 models, the configuration of the flat four engine gave the cars both front and rear luggage volumes, a fact highlighted by Volkswagen advertising. Hey, that's really interesting to know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this nice Volkswagen. Do you remember seeing them? Was it your car that you liked to drive? Maybe you had a cousin that had one of these, or the wagon, or the notchback if you're in another parts of the world, or the Type 4, Type 4 is it? Type 34 Carmen Gia. So you let me know in the comments below what you remember of them. Did you like them? Don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button that will remind you when I post more videos. Take care of yourselves more than ever, as I always say, and goodbye.